lifting up your name forever. And Lord, let me live a melody that would sing of Calvary and all the mercies I've been given. Then, Lord, let the song of my life be music to your ears. And let it be an anthem of your grace, a symphony of praise, lifting up your name forever. And Lord, let me live a melody that would sing of Calvary and all the mercies I've been given. Then, Lord, let the song of my life be music to your ears. Music to your ears.
The Gospel Jubilee is your show, and we want to play what you want to hear. Have a request? Send it to request@gatewayfortheblind.com, or you can text it to 636-428-1500.
Gospel Jubilee, you are now listening to Chip and Danny. You are listening to the best Gospel Jubilee.
If you want to get rid of the devil, you want him to get out of your face, you just start praising the Lord, because he's not going to stick around very long when you start that. And so this is a reminder of that, and it's something I'm going to stand on. His grace is sufficient.
I've heard him tell me I'm not enough, and no matter how hard you try, you'll never measure up. I've heard him whisper that you can't be loved, with a voice as cold as ice and a crooked tongue. But the devil, his words are poison, ain't nothing but a bunch of noise, and he might as well get behind me. And in case he needs reminding, he's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. He's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. You can't believe a word coming out of his mouth. I'm headed north and he's headed south, 'cause he's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire.
For a Christian, it is no good to sit back and listen to anything Satan has to say, because he is a liar. Everything that he says that comes out of his mouth is poison, because it will poison your mind, it will poison your spirit, it will poison you in every way, shape, form, or fashion.
Reminding me he's been defeated and he's under your feet. He's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. He's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. You can't believe a word coming out of his mouth. I'm headed north and he's headed south, 'cause he's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. Poison, ain't nothing but a bunch of noise, and he might as well get behind me. And in case he needs reminding, he's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. He's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire. You can't believe a word coming out of his mouth. I'm headed north and he's headed south, 'cause he's a liar, liar, headed for a lake of fire.
All of us have failed, all of us have fallen, and the devil loves to be the accuser, as the Bible calls him. He's the accuser, so he loves to just tell you, God doesn't love you, nobody loves you, you're a failure. And we know that's a lie. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
Headed for a lake of fire, liar, liar.
That was Brian Free and Assurance with Liar, Liar, coming in at number 3 for the month of March, according to Chip and Denny. And before that, we heard from the old past. Now, Anthem Edition with their song coming in at number 4, Music to Your Ears.
We'll continue the top 10 countdown for the month of March, but first we've got a couple more good songs to get in here, including this one by Mark Lanier.
With his song entitled Can't Stop Talking About the Lord.
I don't like talking about the weather. It's gonna change any day. I don't like talking about my treasure. I always have more bills than I can pay. And I don't like talking about the headlines. All they do is really make me bored. There's one thing that really excites me. I can't stop talking about the Lord. He's in my every conversation. I don't have the time to tell it all. How He brought to me that sweet salvation. How He picks me up when I fall. So sit right down and listen to my story. Let me tell you all about this joy. I ain't gonna talk about the bad things. I can't stop talking about the Lord. Come on, boys. I sure like talking about forever. How I'm gonna walk on streets of gold. How I'm gonna occupy a mansion. They say that the half has not been told. And I sure like talking about forgiveness. How He came to wash away my sin. So if you think I'm really excited, sit right down, I'll tell it all again. He's in my every conversation. I don't have the time to tell it all. How He brought to me that sweet salvation. How He picks me up when I fall. So sit right down and listen to my story. Let me tell you all about this joy. I ain't gonna talk about the bad things. I can't stop talking about the Lord. He's in my every conversation. I don't have the time to tell it all. How He brought to me that sweet salvation. How He picks me up when I fall. So sit right down and listen to my story. Let me tell you all about this joy. I ain't gonna talk about bad things. I can't stop talking about the Lord. I ain't gonna talk about the bad things. I can't stop talking about the
Lord. Now it's time for Moments That Motivate with humorist Tim Lovelace.
When playing outside as a child, my primary source of water was our green garden hose. If I was playing baseball with the neighborhood kids in the hot Alabama sun, we would often take breaks to get a drink of water. We'd first run the hot water out of the hose, then drink like desert camels. Even when the water was cool, it still tasted like plastic with brass and lead pipe mixed in to round out our chemical factory refreshment. Well, I recall one day when my dad said our family was going to Mississippi to see my Uncle Herman, who had moved to a house with an artesian well in the backyard. When we arrived, I ran to see this magical well that had a continuous flow of water. Uncle Herman said, "Drink all you want. This well never runs dry." Well, I rode my bicycle all over Uncle Herman's property, stopping frequently to run to the backyard for a long drink from the artesian well. The water was not only cool, but also tasted wonderful. I was well hydrated when I left my uncle's home. I recall later that summer on hot, humid days, wishing I had an artesian well to drink from in my own backyard. You know, as believers, we all need to be reminded from time to time that we not only have access to a constant flow of living water, but that it's far greater than any artesian well. It's a well of life-giving water that Jesus explains in the book of John. And you know, the world has never been more thirsty than it is right now, and it's up to you and me to point them to the well that truly never runs dry.
To learn more about humorist, speaker, and storyteller Tim Lovelace, or to find out when Tim will be in your area, go to timlovelace.com and be sure to follow Tim on social media.
And here is number 2 for the month of March, Greater Vision.
With older people.
They grew up in a day of black and white, where wrong was always wrong and right was always right. And you never had to wonder come Sunday where they'd be with their sons and daughters in pew number 3. But now this modern age has them feeling out of touch. The church has turned the page, isn't asking them for much. They're a fortune of knowledge, they've been through the fire. And to have them here among us, just think how blessed we are. Their wrinkles tell the story of how they made it through. They faced the rain and weathered storms, their scars are living proof. Their wisdom is a treasure right underneath our steeple. We could learn so much if we take the time to listen to older people. They can tell us how revival will melt a hardened heart, how teardrops on our Bibles is always where it starts. And when the way seems hopeless, the church can still achieve if we'll preach the gospel boldly and stay on our knees. I'd rather hear from those who've been there, telling how they overcame as they walked a road familiar and did it all in Jesus' name. Their wrinkles tell the story of how they made it through. They faced the rain and weathered storms, their scars are living proof. Their wisdom is a treasure right underneath our steeples. We could learn so much if we take the time to listen. I don't want to miss the chance to sit and listen. We'll be blessed if we'll only pause and listen. Pause and listen to older people.
That was Greater Vision with Older People, coming in at number 2 for the month of March.
I really like that song. It's very applicable for today, and since we are old people, Chip, it it really applies. It really does.
Yes,
I like the
it
song.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Well, we have a lady doing her debut here on the Gospel Jubilee, Miss Renee Martin.
A friend of mine that came to America about 20 years ago, she came here